Moving on to the drums. We have our drum set chosen. We are going to change sounds later. I'm not worried about the fact that I'm not in love with my clap for now. I am going to go over to the MIDI editor. The quick key for going to the MIDI editor, so I'm going to start using that, is Control and the equal sign. I know that my pencil is on the drums. I can hear drums. My kick is on C1. The snare is on D. The clap is on D sharp. And the hi-hat is on G sharp. We're going to go ahead and put in our clap on beats 2 and 4. My kick goes on beat 1. It goes on the and of 3 and the of 4. Hi-hats. Let's see if my document tells me anything interesting. These are 16th notes, except for beat 3. So we're going to go ahead. I will use the line tool. So I'm clicking and holding. I'm going to go ahead and draw those 16th notes in. Already don't like the hi-hat. We'll be changing the hi-hat. You can change it to whatever you want. I'll just show you how. I'm going to use the freehand tool. I'm going to go back to my smart tool. So on beat 3, this thing says there's a 64th note roll. So I'm going to delete beat 3's 16th note. I'm going to change my grid to 64ths, and I'm going to come in here and double click, or however you choose to enter your 64ths. Okay, sounds like a trash can lid in a little, kind of. All right, so what does this also say to us? That's kind of like the foundational drum beat. So beat 3 is the same as measure 1. Beat 2, there's a 64th note. On 3, we already have that, and there's one on 2 as well. The kick and the snare stay the same. So I'm going to go ahead. That seems to make sense to me. I'll just take this, highlight it, and duplicate it. And when I double click into this, it's going to show me this, that clip that I double clicked into. And just a reminder, beat 2. So if I come over to beat 2, which is where the snare drum is, and delete my hi-hat, actually I can do something different. I have my smart tool highlighted. I can just shorten this to be a 64th note, and then I'm kind of just doing stuff. I don't have to come up and change anything. All right, so we have measure 2. Now, interestingly, measure 3 is is the same as measure 1, and beat 4 is based off of measure 2. It has those two fast hi-hat rolls. So why don't we just highlight the first measure and the second measure. We'll duplicate both of them. Remember, highlight, shift, highlight. I don't have to do anything to this one. And all I have to do to this one now is to add 2 more kick drums. For that, I definitely want to bring my grid back to 16ths. And then I have my 4 measures. All right, that is the drum beat. 4 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I did it over where the intro is. There are no drums at this point. The drums don't start until you can see pretty much here. So they will end up moving. But I actually just like working with things starting on measure 1. So I'm going to leave it there for a little bit until we put in our 808s.